Welcome to For Love and Play. I'm matchmaker comic Yael Meisels. With me is comedians Keenan Weaver and Louie B. For Love and Play, the show about dating like a goddamn adult. We're going to discuss who to spend your time with for love or for play. Let's do it, boys.
This show contains adult content for entertainment purposes. Listener discretion is advised.
Not a doctor.
Welcome back to For Love and Play. I'm your host, Keenan Weaver, here with my favorite people, the Queen. Happy anniversary.
That's right. We took over the kingdom a year ago. This is our year anniversary. We did it. We made it. We're still together. We're still in love. We've grown. We like each other. We don't argue. We're the awesome trio, mofos. With thing one and thing two, asleep in the next room. How are you guys doing this glorious Tuesday night?
We're fine. Louie, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, sweetie. I actually bought you some lingerie, Keenan, so that way you could look sexy for us tonight.
It's matching, too. The lingerie he bought me and you, it's matching. We're going to look great.
Yeah. In fact,
we still have a promo code for Foria at ForiaPleasure.com. Just put in the Foria code, the promo code for Love and Play. Let's go with our matching lingerie.
Actually,
ooh, that rhymes.
It also has thing one and thing two, but you guys could discuss who's thing one and who's thing.
Right.
Yeah.
They're costumes, really, more than lingerie.
Well, I mean, they're not going to stay on for long.
Right. Anyway.
Tell the people how they could join in on the conversation.
Well, Keenan, we have our email at forloveandplay@gmail.com. The people could also hit us up on our Facebook at facebook.com/forloveandplay. And you can hit us up on our Twitter at forloveandplay. Take it away, Keenan!
Well, since it's our 1 year anniversary, I thought it'd be a good topic for us to just kind of like get a little closer together, spend the night, light some candles, some wine, and just have some good conversation about our year together.
Well,
I feel like I've had one of the best years of my entire life.
I actually felt like I grew as a human being.
All right, I'm proud of that. I actually feel like I had enough friends 2 friends ago, but y'all are super cool.
You better think I'm fucking super cool, goddammit.
So
I mean, I'm really glad that we've been escalated to friendship status. That's adorable.
Yeah.
I'm happy that it's real and not just in my head.
Today, I'm going to hand both of you friendship bracelets.
Oh. Does that automatically mean that I'm going to be the godfather to your future children, Keenan?
No.
Free babysitting and activities. Are you serious?
Wait, what?
You're serious? Free. You would only want him to be the godfather. He should make the list. Dear God, you want Louie's name on the list. He should be one of the people that are allowed to pick up the children.
And as soon as I make enough money to get a vasectomy, I'm going to get a vasectomy. Like,
you know, Obamacare.
It's just the money that's stopping me.
You know, Obamacare pays for that shit 100%.
Does it? And people hate him? Why?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
Yeah. The only reason why I haven't done it is because there's a fucking long ass waiting list.
Seriously.
I'm sure.
Like
beyond sad.
No, this is not even a joke.
How long have we waited for healthcare in this country? What are they talking about?
Like, you
No,
know,
I didn't think this would be covered. This is like
it
amazing.
is. It is. I looked it up.
Ooh,
like, yeah,
the
no,
tummy
and
tuck
then
is covered too.
and then
you can only get it once though.
yeah, but you know, I when I tried to make the appointment, the next open appointment is November of 2018 with that doctor.
Okay, so as long as you don't have sex between 2018, which shouldn't be that big of a problem for you, you'll be good.
Well, I did, you know, the other day, and I told that story, and it was horrible.
Right, and we don't even want to go back into that one.
No, we don't.
Let's leave that alone. But we can get into some other stories. How was your year in dating, Louie?
The antithesis of Yael's, obviously.
Yeah. So, are we both, or am I the only one mad that in a year of us doing this show, she is the only one that has gotten groupies?
Oh yeah.
From being a famous person with an iHeartRadio show, like none, like
yeah.
I have gotten nothing.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
I've gotten nothing but complaints.
That's all I get. I can't do anything with you because you're gonna put me on your show, and I'm like, no, you're not important enough for me to talk about you. And then it just goes downhill from there.
Mm-hmm.
If I was also balancing it out with groupies, you see what I mean? Like if I could have women.
Do you even care about the groupies? Like, I feel like you have groupies. You just don't even know about them. Like, they're so irrelevant to you.
Yes. I don't have them from this. I know exactly where my groupies are allocated from, and there are none from me hosting For Love and Play, and that is not good. I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. I get X amount of groupies a week from my stand-up shows. I get X amount of groupies from the fly-ass pictures I put on Instagram. Yep. And I get 0 groupies from For Love and Play, and you have gotten some. I am upset.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I want to just mention that Keenan has parents. That's number 1. Number 2, I am a beautiful woman with I am multi-talented. If it makes you feel any better, like Keenan and I have opposite problems, okay? Keenan is perceived to be husband material when this is like, it is so, like, I am perceived to be like, ooh, you're hot. Like, I could probably hook up with you. And it's like, oh, please, I'm looking for a boyfriend. And, like, we have opposite problems.
And Louis is just the lovable friend zone stupid motherfucker.
Who owns 33% of my businesses, which, whether you guys have groupies or not, I do. Cha-ching, you're welcome.
I feel like we need to move on from this because
yeah,
it hurts my heart.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
So, again, any women that are listening to this show, you could take that information that Louis gave up top, slide into those DMs. Louis and I would like some groupie love.
Yeah.
I don't want a lot, just enough so that Yael doesn't have more.
If my boyfriends could share this with their sisters, your mom, your friends, the girls you used to date, you know,
I'm just looking
share the show with them so there's something for everybody.
I'm just looking for a chick that doesn't have Down syndrome.
Oh, Lord.
That's it. That's my only requirement. that doesn't.
Right.
That doesn't.
I feel like that's realistic.
Yeah, and what?
It's realistic.
Yeah, and won't accuse me of doing something that I'm not doing.
That's
all
very
right.
normal. All right, Yael. Outside of the groupies, how has your relationship year been?
It has been a really big turning point, I think. I got closure on something that was going on for years. I've liked people for the first time. I've found that I feel that my ability to love someone is a little bit more like I give a shit a little bit more. I'm not really interested so much in casual dating. Like, it's just really not my thing. I feel like I've gotten a lot more focused and kind of my time at this point is so stretched. It's spread so thin. I really, truly don't have the time to invest in anyone's bullshit or dramatic ideas or, you know, entertaining someone for a weekend. I just have no time for it. And I found that I'm dating higher quality people, having less bullshit go on. But also I think that comes with a great deal of just, now I feel like I've set a standard for ourselves. The fact of the matter is, like, a lot of doors have opened for me in this show, and I'm very grateful to it, and I'm very happy about it. And I feel like that has to also be emulated in how I date. Like, who am I to tell you something and then go and do something differently? So it's kind of put me in a place where I really have to speak my own language and walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And dating with standards is difficult.
More accountability, huh?
I have a lot more accountability. Yeah.
I feel like that's actually another noble decision. Both of you guys are really stepping it up. I'm inspired. I think I became more of an asshole in the year.
Yep.
I feel like both of y'all are going a good direction, and I'm just going the opposite.
I mean, I might not be getting laid, but I have lost weight.
We're big believers in faithful people, though. That's something that I think should be noted, is that we are prayers. We are religious to some extent. I'm saying there's blessing that I think could be channeling in for a lot of people if they did things a little bit more like the group does. Take their vitamins and pray. I'm just saying, take your vitamins and pray. Why is that? You steal guns. No, like, take your take them. Take the vitamins. Take them. They're inexpensive. I found the best vitamins on the market, targeted to your needs. I read reviews on them. I kept it all capped at like a $15 maximum, so it didn't become an expense.
Like you're going super far for an inside.
Right?
You're going very, very far. But you know
important
what?
because I care. Because I care about your health.
And because you care, that also shows exactly what I feel about my year in review. Is I have people that do care, but I am not very reciprocatory of that or appreciative, and that's my issue. So
I love that.
my year in review is actually, while I thought I was very self-aware going in before I was asked to become a host of this show, I have become more so, and not only even aware of myself, but now I think I'm a little bit more in tune with how I affect or impact other people. So I thank you for that.
I love you, and I just want you to be happy.
I'm over here trying.
Tell her you love her back.
Literally been my response to every girl that said I love you.
I know. It's okay. I feel it in the heart. It's fine.
Too consistent.
No, but I think that the whole point of this show, though, was about personal growth. I think we were all at a point where, I don't want to say pass or fail. There has to be, like, maybe I'm a little bit the Beyonce of this group, but there are stages that you two stand on that I would be a nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could step into zones now and have more of an understanding, more familiarity with them, but that's not where, like, that's not the star. That's like, in that sky, I'm not the star that shines the brightest. But I think that that's what makes our show different, is that we are multicultural. We're multicultural. We're multi-talented. We have very different perspectives. We've had very different life experiences, but it all comes down to one kind of like unifying struggle that affects humanity that is colorless and religionless, and that is the want and the desire to love and be loved. That's what unites us as people. And I think that our show has done a fabulous job at we touch on every relationship. We talk about the shit you go through with your friends, with your children, with your dating situations, hookup situations, husbands, wives, etc. Polygamy, polyamory, homosexuality. Like, nothing is off the table because it's all relative. It all has to go down to the dynamic of making the decision to love and be loved, no matter what relationship that is. It's universal. It's human. It's an act. Our show is a humanitarian act. We want people to get it and know they're not alone in their struggle. So we'll make it part of our life's work to help other people understand this shit better.
And I hope, like, even while we were on and speaking on our personal journeys, I hope that just hearing our stories week in and week out, you can find, this is to the listeners, you can find something through entertainment, but also recognize how to try and apply. It's not like we know everything. It's just to say, here's what we're going through. Take it for what it's worth, but a lot of people might be going through similar situations.
Right.
But I definitely, and I think that's the one thing that I really enjoyed, is hearing all the other stories, talking to the listeners, talking to people in New York City, growing the show. We started on one platform at the beginning of the year, and now we're on many platforms, one that wasn't expected. iHeartRadio, which I'm going to the iHeartRadio Musical Fest in Vegas. So it's just been like a crazy ride. Louis, you had said that your dating requirement or standard is no one with Down syndrome.
Yep.
Are you finding, now that you're north of 30, north of 27 even, that the dating pool is getting a little bit shallower?
Yeah, because I mean, some are married off, or some have even just quit date or just given up dating, or or some of them, some women don't are in situations where I just don't want to be in.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you think it's just because of the age thing, or do you think there's something that you could do to, I would say, change pools?
Honestly, I do think it's the age thing, because as people grow, I mean, it's damn. Okay, I was about to how do I say this? Like, let's say, like, okay, all right. Trying to come up with something that won't sound creepy, you know what I mean? Okay, like, you're in college, you have a certain amount of freedom, you know what I mean, Keenan?
Yeah.
You don't have.
I've never really been free in this country.
Black Lives Matter. So, all lives matter too. All right. So, anyways, that was my racist white person voice. Um, like when you're in college, or you're just getting out of college, you hardly have any responsibilities. But as time goes by, certain responsibilities pop up, and your goals or your objectives of dating change.
Okay. I mean, and I think that's the major thing about it. I don't really necessarily feel that the dating pool shrinks as you get older, even though statistically maybe it does.
Well, there's
Uh,
there's sometimes as like I said, certain people have certain response. Okay, let me not put
that's
I,
no, that's
yeah,
why I think your point is actually valid.
yeah.
I think that it's not about the dating pool shrinking, it's that you are growing as a person and your objectives or your goals for relationships are actually narrowing.
Yeah, I mean, also, it's not just that. I mean, you want certain things that you are either willing to tolerate or not willing to tolerate. So that shrinks the pool too.
And again, that's why I'm trying to get the perspective, the
Yeah.
angle of it is not necessarily the pool is shrinking, it's that you are becoming more in tune with the choices that you want to make for your life.
Hmm.
So here's the difference. You gave the college analogy. In college, you're pretty much, like you said, you use the term free, but I'm saying you're just more open. You're more willy nilly to anything, even if it's detrimental or not. As you grow older, you realize things that pertain to you and your life,
Hmm.
and you're more focused with your efforts. Rather than the pool getting smaller, it's you becoming more focused. And that's the same thing with men. We're going to talk to IL about the same thing in a minute, but that's more so what it is. I feel like there's available people that you want in your life, they're out there. And it's the same amount. It's just that now you're a little bit more focused and not going through the weeds to get to it.
Hmm. Well, I mean, there's also shallow reasons that could be like, you won't go because you're not attracted to a certain type of person. Like I know, and I say this joke on stage. My father tries to hook me up with, tries to set me up with these women, but a lot of times there was this one girl he tried to hook me up with, had more facial hair than I did.
Yeah, I
So I mean, do you want to compromise on, you
that
know,
should be a whole nother
yeah.
topic. Now that you bring that up, is the person like I just feel like that's more of a
Hmm.
a look on what your father thinks of you than just the than, than just the girl.
Hmm.
Because who you get set up with is definitely a reflection of what that person thinks of you. You agree, IL?
Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah,
You have to
we'll talk
stick to
about that later.
standards. The bottom line is like, I have a joke, like a long running joke. It's not even like a phrase, alone in my morals. But God damn it, how often seriously, how often is bullshit brought to you gentlemen from the outside world about mistreatment of me? Can we agree that out of all of my life struggles and challenges, I have, when it comes to men, for the first time in my life, white people problems. I have white people problems with men, but I had to make that fucking choice. People don't like to hear that. Being selective, having standards, sticking to them, being the individual, the person you want to date, will marry and date, etc., whatever, requires a lot of alone time. You have to sift through garbage. I could have had sex with probably 20 different strangers this week. I didn't sleep with one. Not one. Again, even bad treatment from someone I was supposed to go out with at fuck it, Semi. He is famous. He ghosted me. Done. No, I won't even stand for that behavior from someone famous. Like, wake up. I'm not doing anything. The only thing I'm doing is something differently. I'm making the choice not to suffer. You know?
I
No?
feel like suffering is part of it until you don't, and making that choice is it's a beautiful thing to finally like.
No, when your heart gets abused over and over again.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Making that choice is a beautiful thing because you've already been through these quote unquote struggles, and if you look at it as you're learning what to avoid, it should just be making you a better person. That's why I don't like to say that okay, this pool is like I'm only gonna have X, Y, and Z options because I'm turning 32 and there are no women available. There, if you exist, she exists. That's pretty much what I think. There's no way that you are the one of one without a pairing.
Like your whole approach, like Louis' whole approach to dating, I think, and I think it has, and I think it continues to change. But like one of the things that I try to drive home with Louis, but again, it's like with any person that, accepts the challenge, I guess you could say, like, I don't recruit clients. I don't, if I have, really, it's kind of like you call on me type deal. You have to let each bad experience with a woman change you in a smarter direction. And I think that Louis, as soon as you stop being so giving of your time, as soon as your time doesn't become free, you're not, you have to pick. I hate to say it, but welcome to how life works. You have to pick favorites. When it comes to people in your life, you have to pick favorites. Everyone can't be a favorite because then you know what I'm saying? You fail them and yourself. You have to pick favorites and you go out of your way for this group of favorites and have tiers of friendships. I have people that are my rides and die. And then I have people that like, I'll call them back next week, but they're cool. You know?
I actually like that. To wrap up, let's give New Year's resolutions to say, but to each other. So we opened with what we thought of ourselves in our year. Now let's take advice from each other.
Louis?
Yael gave one to Louis.
All right.
So, Louis, you give one to each of us. Yael, one to me, and I, the both of you.
All right.
So let Yael finish.
All right.
No, I think that Louis has made
Louis. So now my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So my advice to Louis is that continue doing what you're doing. I think by next year your stories will be happier.
All right.
I think so. It's in your energy field.
Relationship advice to Keenan now.
Relationship advice to Keenan.
After
I feel like I'm on a minefield. You have to make the decision. You have to make decisions. You have to make decisions you have to want something and make the decision you want it and find it. Here's the thing. I feel like you two have reverse problems.
Oh.
Like you have great women that throw themselves at you. You need to
see that is not happening.
No, I'm saying the women who like you, they're quality women. You're not being chased after by dogs. You're not. You're being chased after by gorgeous women that are accomplished and intelligent with integrity and credentials. And I'm saying, stop me when I'm wrong.
I just wish you wouldn't hype it so much, but go.
Okay. No, but the reality is like this. Keenan goes for essentially the female version a little bit, not goes for. I think it's just a natural gravitational. I don't think a non-brilliant woman, it wouldn't last very long. Like, you almost go for the female equivalent to what I need in a male. And you have to make the decision if you want to be with somebody. Your pickings are aplenty. Like, you have to just pick one. A lot of it starts with decision, like acceptance and decisions that, like, your life is going to change. And you might as well change with it and make it the best. Like, you can find, there are women out there that you can marry. I swear to God, you will enjoy life with. I swear. They're out there. You have to believe that. There are women who will go out of their way to make you happy, that will love you, that won't be nasty, that aren't having a baby with you to divorce you. You have the capabilities. See, that's the thing. It's like, I don't have to train somebody like you how to treat a woman. You know this shit already. You know how to dress. You have your career. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the want and the drive. And I think that's where I always get on you to pray and take vitamins, because those things, it's a commitment to yourself.
The commitment to yourself first. Now that's big. That's big. We got two topics to discuss out of this one topic. All right, Louis.
Okay, Yael, I just want to see you less jaded and more open to finding someone that's going to be dedicated to you and you alone.
Okay.
I mean, you got so much to offer. You shouldn't you shouldn't have to deal with somebody else's nonsense. They should be able to just mesh with your groove. You know what I mean? Just really ready. Just yeah. So, and Keenan,
Amen.
yeah, and Keenan,
Yes, sir.
bro, you need to cut the bullshit and you know stay. You know, I love you, dog, but this whole year you're afraid of love. You're a puss. You're a puss. I gotta say that you're a puss.
Okay.
Like you're always shutting down chicks because you're not willing to open yourself, and it's like you got this shield up, like just preparing for an attack. But the thing is, it's covering your own eyes, so you don't see what's in front of you. Not every person, not every chick that's coming is an attack. Yeah, there's a lot of cycles out there. I understand, but you can't. It's this fear you have, and it's also affecting you in other areas because if you're not willing to jump or take risk, then how can you be successful in other areas?
Okay. I think that is definitely valid. I've actually said an opposite to that of other success in other areas. I've always wondered like why I'm so ambitious in those other areas, but then when it came to finding love, I am not as ambitious. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and you're talking to someone that should be more afraid. I mean, hell, with the experiences I've mentioned on this show, I mean, you really gotta like stop pushing. You're gonna push your blessing away.
That's a big one. All right, and for the two of you,
Mm-hmm.
so because that mine actually ties into what you just said about yourself having a reason to be more fearful, I believe uh, it's similar. So mine to you is to be more confident, one, in just what you have to offer, and within that, be open to realize that no new chick was that last chick. So while I have this fear of not avoiding something that happened in my past as far as romantic relationships had, you do, and none of those future ones are going to be exactly that. Yes, there's warning signs. Yes, there's things to look out for, but you don't have to be so rigid in those warnings. But the main thing is the confidence. You have it. We've discussed how big of a heart you have, and that's something that you should let shine and not close up. All right.
All right.
Yael,
Yes, sir.
I think you and I are similar, but on two different spectrums. So for you, I think it's realizing that the one that you search for is actually along your path. What I mean by that is as you continue to do the great things that you do, not only for your family, but your high level of ambition as well, there's someone who is doing the same thing, and one day those two will meet. That's it. Simple, straightforward. I, for one, guys, have definitely enjoyed my year. All jokes aside from the top, really, really appreciative and thankful for you guys being entered in my life. I want to thank you for asking and inviting me to be a part of this. And let's promote because our next year is going to be a great year. What you got?
Straight. We still have 10% off ForiaPleasure.com for Foria Relief or Foria Pleasure Spray. I am going to be the face and spokesperson for CosmetiqueMD.com and their Acelift line and brand. So that is going to be very exciting. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Like and subscribe on YouTube for Love and Play, Yael Meisels, on all of the social network things like Facebook. And that's all I've got going on. For the deeper side of stuff, you can check out our blog where I check in on deeper issues. That's all I got.
And Louie, what you got for the people?
Yeah, you can check out my personal podcast, The Crotch Shot Radio Show, hosted by me, your boy, Louie B. It's on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, iTunes, and I broadcast it live off of Spreaker. Just follow me on my Twitter at LouisB1, or you could follow me on my Facebook, facebook.com/LouisB Comedy. Take it away, Keenan.
All my information can be found on my website, www.keenanweaver.com. That's KenanWeaver. And as always, keep loving, keep playing. But I want to thank all of you listeners for joining on us for our first year. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to keep it going. Let's rock.
We're here forever.
Holla mercy.